typically don't have a lot of ceremony around bill signing, apart from the appropriation bill, which which signifies, the budgetary provisions for the year, which we usually want to announce publicly. Um, we usually just sign our bills quietly with the House of Assembly members, and we all just go and implement. But you can see that this is a bill that we need to, one, commend and thank ourselves, but more importantly, to let the Lagosians be aware of what we're doing here today and to bring all critical stakeholders together. It's not a bill where you want to do in your room and put under your table. It's a bill that we believe is going to change the life, the economic value, the social economic benefit of our citizens in Lagos. So that's why we're appealing with the gentleman of the press to give this significant bill signing the publicity that it deserves. But to start is first to thank the honorable members of our House for tenaciously taking the pain and the time to have produced this bill. We say that it's not sometimes the race for the swiftest. When the law constitutionally was amended, one would have expected that Lagos within a month would have just signed something. But we wanted to do a good job. We wanted to take our time. We wanted to learn from mistakes that others would have gotten involved in. We wanted to understand the full scope and the extent of what we're trying to get into. So we took our time, and we're happy that over the last 12 months or so, or even more, we've been able to do extensive work on this. So I want to, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State, thank through the Speaker, the Chairman of the House Committee on this bill, but also other members of the House for working with us tirelessly, on this journey, and I think they deserve a round of applause. Next is really to acknowledge people that are in absentia here. And like the Honorable Commissioner said, the journey didn't start with his own appointment a year ago. A few other cabinet members had worked on this bill, albeit have idea that indeed, at some point in time, Lagos deserve a bill like this. So we've had two honorable commissioners that have been previously, on this role, and they've both worked on it, especially the last being Engineer Larry Udishote, who I'm aware, had similar, passion for this job, and they had worked extensively, on it. But you see, that life also is a very funny thing. Nobody, congratulates the second position. You just lost a first position. So, yes. And, there's also another saying that, they don't hail a champion yesterday. It's a current champion that gets the trophy. If it is not done, fully it is not done. So I want to, on behalf of all of us that are in Cabinet, commend and thank the very tenacious, I don't know if he's lost weight, the Honorable Commissioner for Mineral Resources and Energy, who knows too well that his appraisal, quite frankly, is dependent on not just the outcome of this bill, but the performance and the implementation of this bill. We know that he has a strong support staff from the Permanent Secretary and other directors that would help him. So if you want him to succeed, now is the time for all of you to work together to ensure that the full implementation of this bill is achieved. Is achieved now, not just by ourselves, by all the relevant stakeholders that have come here to witness this signing. So you can see that the layer of responsibility, I'm taking my time to explain it. So it's not about us, it's about a whole market. It's not just about us, it's about an entire system. So it's important that that system is fully carried along, and they see it as a win-win. We're on the same coin, we're just on two different sides of the coin. We want, at the end of the day, for Lagosians to be the full beneficiary of what this bill is about. For our citizens to be able to look at us 1 year, 2 years down the line and say that, Mr. Governor, Mr. Lagos State, Mr. House of Assembly, all of your operators, you have earned our support. You have earned our trust. You guys have done what has eluded us for several decades. We all can see lights, affordable, accessible, all around our state. That is the main objective, and on the journey at achieving that, yes, it might not be that smooth. We might have challenges. The House have assured us that in the event that we require them, they are willing to support. We might have, gloves that we'll put on. At some point, we might remove the gloves because we'll disagree to agree. But the bottom line is that we all have a common objective, an objective where we want to improve and develop, the energy infrastructure of our states. And once we do that, we know what it will transform into economic benefit of the citizens, into, ensuring that people can have, better security network in terms of, making Lagos a true 21st century economy, not being scared or worried about, lights, or illumination in some part of the city or not. But more importantly, for small businesses that do not need to have 3 different energy sources. You have a backup or a backup to a backup. Once we know that, there is reliability, on what we have birthed, people will be able to ensure that, we remove all the bottlenecks. So for me, it's a happy day. It's a joyous day. It's a day that we can celebrate ourselves. But I want to say that indeed the job has just started. The journey, has been laid for us. Is really for each and every of our stakeholders to able to understand that they are part of, a journey that we believe will be rewarding for all of us. So I want people to live here with an open mind, with a clear understanding that it's a journey, not a destination, and we're willing to walk this journey with everyone. There's still a lot of T's that will be dots. There'll be a lot of, there'll be a lot of T's to be crossed and a lot of I's to be dotted. We are competent. We are committed to do that, to learn as we go along, to reappraise ourselves as we go along, but knowing fully well that the whole goal and the objective is that we want to light up Lagos. We want our citizens to feel the benefit and the effect of this legislation. Once again, gentlemen of the press, we want to thank you for coming. We're believing that it will give it a full coverage. We want to thank ourselves. We want to congratulate ourselves from the very strong legal drafting team in the House to the strong legal drafting team in the Ministry of Justice. Attorney General is doing his job, so it's to continue to do your job, and for all of us that are going to be the benefit. I've not seen a lot of bills, that has this tick. So it goes to show that, we need to take our time to understand what is there, but to appreciate the enormity and the extent of work that has gone into this. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, let's just see this, as a clarion call for all of us to get to work. Thank you very much again for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much from all honorable members here seated too, and members of the Executive Council. I want to say a very good afternoon to everyone. My honorable commissioner he rendered a very good overview of the bill that will be signed into law today by His Excellency the Governor. And that's to tell you how much work he's done. I know that we've done so much work on this bill. I've looked at laws that have been passed in the past to see where we can improve on them and also make sure that we don't make mistakes. We know that this bill that was signed into law today signal a new dawn in Lagos. I believe that Lagos, we are about to have our future in our hands from today, because there is no economy that's driven without energy. And today, with us having this bill signed, we're sure that we'll get partnership from all sectors, people who will be willing to partner with us in Lagos and make this a reality. I want to thank everyone that's worked on this bill and to let you know that if there's need for you to come back to the House of Assembly for us to do any more work on this bill, we'll be very willing to cooperate with you. As you know that we're all partners in progress, and if anything is happening, we love to be carried along to know what is happening, so that we'll be prepared to be there for you when the time comes. I want to congratulate His Excellency, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, and my Commissioner. The Commissioner said something that's very, germane, that some people had worked on this bill before he came on board. And that's to tell you that he's that kind of man that will give credit to who is due. And I want to say congratulations to everyone who's worked on this bill. And also, I want to, on behalf of the Speaker, say thank you to everybody and know that we are all one family and we are all working together. Mr. Speaker, our leader in the House of Assembly, will always be willing, whenever we have anything to do on this bill, I am sure he will always oblige us on anything we want to do. I want to say congratulations to everybody, and we are looking forward to brighter Lagos. Thank you.